Okay, so it's maybe 15-20 minutes after the last video. I'm gonna at least try to fit in one more run here. And actually, first time ever, I'm changing my background. I'm going to choose the child's room. I would love to get the autumn forest, because we are in September now. However, I'm going with the child's background. Why would that be? Because I want to do a toy run. And what better place to do that than with the child's background? Now, the main things I'm going to be looking for here are... Well, obviously we need to get the lemur. But then we also need to get a wishy-washy confused burglar. I don't know, there's probably some cartoon scenario you can picture in your mind. But you need the lemur, obviously, to get the toy started. I think it might even be worth keeping the lemur around. I don't typically like the mouse here, but what do you know? That's what we're gonna have. Guaranteed level, I cannot deny that. Bulldog does have an ability to lead to some awkward positions here, but the mouse is not enough. But that's okay, we come out with a win. End well. Herbling piggies, sure. And we're back at full health. And look at this, we level this to get something cool. Not exactly the coolness I was looking for, but then you take this, get some buffs. I'm refusing to leech. I simply am refusing to leech. That's all I gotta say about that. Let me think it for a second. What am I looking for? I'm looking for lemurs, so I don't even want to freeze. I don't even want to freeze that. Gross. Cringe. Some other word of similar name and vein. I don't really have a super big preference on the fish versus other things, but I assume I sell the mouse before the fish, just because gefilte fish, you get the buff of the apples, but we got a healthy team here, so it's probably a good place to be. This should trade and then some. Fantastic. Devinzard. Now, is that a lizard reference or a Charizard reference? Who knows? A worm run can definitely be a thing that happens. Oh. Okay, there's the lemur. There is a world of interest of buying this to then have a potential of getting a level. I kind of like that idea, actually. So I'll sell the mouse, buy the lemur. Health. I like this. I like the new look of this apple. That's kind of cute. I'm going all in. We're going with this whole toy plan. So you know what? Now you buff this because we're probably not keeping really any of these long term, but maybe the capybara helps. And we're not buying a chocolate, so we're rolling for lemurs. I guess this maybe is okay. And then we have our level. Okay. I'm feeling not so bad. We really need to find the flying squirrel, though. Those trade. Okay. We got a lot of health on this capybara, though. Look at that. They're going for a long-term worm plan. Nothing wrong with that. I guess the only tier 4 thing would be a chameleon, and even then that's not the most amazing. As far as toy specific, we really want this guy. Really want that guy. I will sell this. Granted, you're just kind of a good guy to buy. And then this is also a little crazy, but it is what I'm doing. I'm looking for that damn lion squirrel. So I might save this to then buy next turn, because if we don't get a level, you know, that's not good. Okay, we did not. So I'd probably rather put a croissant on you, but I guess for an immediate sense, we'll do one of these, and then you can take this. All right, it's something. It's something. Triple hedgehog, huh? How's that gonna work out for you? I feel like not great. I mean, it almost worked. To be fair, it almost worked. Health again. This just because levels are good things to have. Not finding that flying squirrel, but we don't need it right this turn. But we do need it to show up. Very much necessary for this to happen. Not trading there kind of stinks. Because now this is, I mean, those trade, which I suppose is good enough. With this not hedgehog, this hippo just kind of hanging out. Alright, alright. Interesting. Very interesting. We're not seeing this flying squirrel that we're looking for. Just not seeing it. Not seeing any levels, which is also sort of what I was looking for. I'm going in this turn. I guess we're looking for something. Okay, freeze this. This is gonna break. Then we buy that thing to level and stuff happens. This is beatable, right? This guy's gonna get a triple kill-ish. Ish. Okay. There's a hippo level. I think I would rather buy this level. That's pretty interesting too. Throw this on you. I mean, we have full health, so chicken is kind of interesting, but just doesn't want to show up, huh? If I save this, then we get a tier 6 next turn, and there's a tier 5 Mosasaurus is good. Tier 6 Puma is pretty good as well. I guess we just immediate benefit. We're already ahead. We didn't really get what we were looking for. A croc is good. Again, I'm trying to make the toy work. I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to make this thing work. The game's not really giving it to me, but I'm trying. Can't say I'm not trying. I've rolled a lot of money. That's not great. I still live and get to 2 for 1. That's pretty amazing. But you got a big enough guy at the back, but it's actually not big enough. Okay. Not bad. There's the flying squirrel. It feels like a little of a too little too late situation, but it's also just kind of nice to have so that we don't have to worry about it. I wonder who I want more. I mean, you're only given 1 health. This is also not amazing. It makes this trigger twice, but I think at this point we're gonna do this. We're kind of looking for a level on the capybara, maybe? I mean, a croc, like, there's lots of good things here, but we're trying to do what we're trying to do, so that's what I gotta say about that. There's the Mosasaurus. Not enough gold to switch it over, but that is sort of what I was looking for. I don't have a level 3 hippo achievement, but I also don't know if we got... Well, we're at 5 health. Okay, you know what? Let's be a little bit greedy. Little bit greedy. This is still gonna live the hit, which is pretty amazing. Hippo gets to eat a little bit. Math there does not work out so well, though. That's okay. We were sort of expecting to get God eventually here. 2 health is great. These things happen. It goes back up. Start here. Get a puma. Okay. Penguin, ox, groundhog. Okay. Would I rather have you or... I mean, we gotta get rid of you. I'm sorry. We gotta do this sort of thing. Doesn't really do anything right now because, you know, we can wait, which is sort of nice in a way. It means we can reposition it later, or next turn rather, which I kind of appreciate. We don't have like the the double triggers because we don't have the baboon or the chameleon or whatever. Not the baboon, the mandrill. Apologies. I don't anticipate keeping this tropical fish long, though. I mean, it's fine as a 610, and, you know, it is helping, but it's not all that amazing. And then eventually, if we're on, like, 9 wins, we find a lemur, buy it, switch to garlic, that's pretty good. That is not as good, though. That is not quite as good. We're not at 9 yet. I will say we switch this now. Yeah, because just 3-3 is just better. Roll. Puma. You give +2 plus 0 +2 every turn. This will give +0 +4 for a turn. No, but it'll also do this. So, okay, this is the turn where we're switching things up. I like it. Quite a noise you got there. Okay. I guess in a sense I could have got rid of the flying squirrel because I do have the lemur ready, but we got health. We got health. We can try to get a level 3 hippo, and I guess in this sense I'd almost rather the hippo in the front. I don't know. Part of me feels like if this trades in the front and then maybe this eats the second half of the team, that's kind of what I'm hoping for, but I like the new coloring on the Mosasaurus. Well, this seems pretty good. You get rid of that. That's okay. You know what? I take it back. I didn't really look at how much stats this guy had. He's got a lot of stats over there. How'd you do that? How'd you do that? See, that looked pretty great. It just repeats the toy. It doesn't repeat this. That makes sense, but still, that did give me a lot of health. Still at 7 out of 10. We do need more attack than anything else, so there's that going for us. Level on that would be good, and you know what? Give me more attack. Okay, now I do want you in the front, and now you don't have to be up front. So now I guess we're like this. Just order-wise, it looks a little bit better. It doesn't look great for these in-between turns where the toys aren't breaking. We're getting outscaled. We're getting outscaled big time. Well, not too surprised, if I'm gonna be honest. Not too surprised. I do think we need this health trigger to go, so I don't think we can go to garlic yet. Again, if we were on 9, then I would say yes. But guess what? That's not where we are. You know what? Level 3. Let's hope and pray. Oh, I should have moved the Mosasaurus. I forgot to do that part. Team doesn't look quite as bad. Hippo's gonna get to eat. And that's why we moved the hippo to the front. And that wasn't even necessarily quote-unquote optimal. Level 2 Puma here, kind of off tempo, which is a little awkward, but what are you gonna do? And that really did stat up the team quite a bit, huh? Okay, alright. A steak, huh? A steak? Thing is, you can't really do the garlic until the last turn, because then this won't really do anything once that actually breaks. So let's give a steak to you. And then next turn actually remember to move a Mosasaurus, but 150-50 toast us? And that is what that is. Give or take. Oh, so close. So close. That's a rough one. I don't, for some reason, it just so seamlessly went right back in. I wasn't ready for that for whatever reason. I honestly can't tell you why. It just didn't feel right for whatever reason. I mean, we're trying it again. We're trying to be a huge rodent, like a flying squirrel, perhaps, even though it's not that huge. I think what's missing in that run, in particular, is maybe we need to leave a slot open so that we can pill chameleons and mandrills or something. I feel like that something along those lines is needed, I think, for us to have a better chance. Trust me. Trust me. Why? Because I said so. Look at that. There it goes. Okay, totally calculated. Oh, right. The innocent balls. True. No level, but we'll get one right here. Okay. It doesn't make sense. Okay. Next turn, I guess. Okay, alright, maybe we're doing a worm run. Maybe we're doing a worm run. Or maybe worm will just help out. But we didn't see any lemurs. We saw the mandrill, but it's not worth buying the mandrill if you don't get the lemurs. So, I can't imagine we win this. A buffed up ox with worm buffs does make some amount of sense. Does make some amount of sense. Blind squirrel. Alright, maybe it looks like we're probably not doing a us two. Looks like we're probably not doing a toy run. Just didn't really. Okay, there's still a chance, but honestly, probably shouldn't. But we can sell, we can level whatever the thing was that I got for a level. Probably sell the fish, I guess. Do we have enough in the tank? We have enough to draw. Alright, I'll take that. Alright. Okay. We can try this. Lemur. Health. These do the same thing? I guess this is technically better because if this is a level 2, it just breaks it, whereas this breaks it as a level 1, I guess? That's sort of the difference. I would say this weekly is definitely harder to do the whole toy thing just because the only toys you get are the level 1 toys, so it's a little rough in that sense. Alright, I guess we're getting rid of the ox. I could also just blowfish for you know, that reason, but let's do that. Roll 1. I simply cannot be reasoned to level 3 a bulldog again. We just so recently did that. It doesn't make a ton of sense. But I kinda gotta get rid of something here. I will buff the lemur, which looks strange, I would assume. I'm kind of looking to level this seahorse and then sell it immediately. Okay, you have a level 2 worm. Congrats on your 10 wins. It seems hard to not get the 10 with that kind of a early level 2 worm. And they got the mice to back it up too. Even got the mice to back it up. Okay. Okay, what are we looking for here? We're looking for another bulldog. Not quite. This is not going well. That for somebody. Okay, I feel at least a little bit better about potentially getting rid of this worm. I almost thought this was the same thing for a second. Still don't think we win this round, though. Double dolphin, goodbye. Double dolphin and garlic? Hold on, can the dog do it? The dog can do it. Oh my goodness. Okay. This breaks, so we need to buy a new one anyway. Put this on you. Buy one of these. This. Buy this again right now. A little bit frisky. Okay, now that's interesting. That's an interesting idea. We're not... Okay, hold on. Math here. Math matters. Get rid of the dog by a croc, or get rid of the dog by a chicken? I mean, it's a very much right now versus the future, and we're on 2 out of 10. Not looking great, but I think our best chances of winning involve this chicken dying. And switching to better units. It's a little bit risky, but... I also maybe should have been considering freezing pills. Just to, like, pill chameleons and stuff. I will also say about this week... Okay, we're just dead. Is that, the death triggers without the mushrooms become obviously a lot worse, which is, again, a lot worse. The problem here is that we don't even have... We need the flying squirrel, is really what we need. And we're probably not going to see it. I could pill this and then buy a unit. I think I'm okay with that. Just buy like a random manatee or something. Oh right, pilling it does it as a tier 1. I knew that. Okay. Order has to be a little bit weird. But I guess we're doing like a half toy, half worm situation. Again, doesn't seem great. We're gonna need another lemur to show up. And then we're gonna need a flying squirrel. That seems like a bad look for me. Yeah, that was a big, that was a pretty big, manatee there. Okay, so we did luckily get the lemur to show up, which is huge. Give me another one of these. I can move this back up here, and you know what? I'm also gonna speed this up a smidge. Leaves us with not a lot of health left. I don't think it's worth to make. Like, I might even just switch you out. I'll freeze this because I don't think we're flying squirreling, although we kind of are gonna have to if we want to get to 10. Interesting position to be. I mean, we could throw a random scorpion out there, but I will freeze this as a last option. Okay, I like a skunk a little bit better than that. And then throw this on here. We don't have money. Okay, roll me. Alright, we don't even need that, so okay. I guess technically I can just buy another lemur on its own to get the toy to come back again if I did make this level 3. It's a thought, I suppose. It's something. But really, you do kind of need that flying squirrel, and the fact that I haven't gotten it early on kind of means that it's over. Especially that. That math did not go so well. Far too many draws, by the way, as well, for this to have any chance to get to 10. Given how small things are looking right now. And how I have to, like, keep these 2 frozen. Okay, that's some good purchases. I think this is worth doing now instead of leveling the mandrill. Puma. I can't buy it this turn anyway, but I am curious if that would be better than the skunk. Probably not. Probably not, because it's only going to give +4 health, so I'm going to skip on that. There's the squirrel. It's, like, a little bit awkward, but... Okay. I mean, we need to win or draw. That's for sure. We can't lose. And by can't, I mean we need to not lose. Is really what I'm trying to say. The lemur's a big guy, though. It's a big guy. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And we do have the flying squirrel now, although it's, you know, level 1 or whatever. But that breaks. We get these buffs, big buffs. There is something to be said about getting rid of the mandrill, but I think for now, what we gotta do is buy one of these, and buy one of these. Level the mandrill? No, leveling the mandrill doesn't actually do anything. So buff you and save the chocolate for the Mosasaurus, I suppose? Or just buy it right now, I guess. Yeah. Okay, alright. The reason it's not worth doing the mandrill is I think leveling the mandrill, all it does is make it so that the mandrill can break higher tier toys, which don't matter. We did get skunked here. We might have enough in the tank to draw to win. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Again, though, I think there's a pretty decent chance we run into a team that had... Well, first of all, the skunk is obviously bad. But I am curious about a cheese here on the Mosasaurus, if I'm going to be honest with you. It does feel like getting rid of the mandrill is probably good. I don't know. I mean, I could pill it, and then that would be good. Is it good enough to do that right now, though? I mean, it's worth freezing. Scorpion, skunk, Mosasaurus, flying squirrel, mandrill. Interesting idea. Okay, I like that. I don't know about that necessarily, but I think next turn maybe we pill the mandrill. And then just like keep looking for like chameleons to pill and mandrills to pill and stuff, just to like speed up the buffing process. I mean, it's a big lemur, man. It's a big lemur. But again, skunks abound. Probably wanna start. I mean, it'd probably be nice to get a croissant on this worm as well. But I mean, those buffs are going off. Those buffs are going off. I guess I don't need to buy. I don't need to buy that because we have this always doing it, huh? So speed this up more. Pill this, which then this happens. I mean, that seemed pretty good. That seemed pretty good to me. Can't buy this turn. I don't think I really want to buy a worm just to buy a worm. I was hoping for a chameleon or a mandrill or something. I guess I'm doing that. Which is not the worst. But, okay. We'll see. We're getting closer. We did get skunked. We did get skunked. Oh, that's gonna do quite a bit. But the worm backup is enough. Okay. 2 units. Just gotta have 2 sized units. Alright, sell this. Now, speed up these guys. This doesn't need the Mosasaurus anymore, which is fun. I do think it's worth maybe trying to get this leveled up. But I also do realize I need... Well, I need you to be level 3 if we get to the end game-ish type of range. I mean, a cow just to have it isn't the worst. So I guess I'll freeze it, but it does limit the shop size. I do realize this. Yeah, I mean, I'll do that to do it. It makes more sense to buff the cow, but I'm gonna buff the squirrel. I mean, we gotta keep the squirrel. I mean, it's up near 50-50, and then 28-40 is not so bad. We didn't really ever find that, uh-oh. That's a loss. Okay. We never quite found that croissant, or maybe I rolled past it, probably more likely the case. Okay. I'm thinking. Maybe the toy breaks, we still get the buff. I am wondering if it's time. It's time for the garlic. It's time for the garlic. First time level 3. Garlic time makes a lot of sense here because the squirrel just resets it. etc. so forth. I do still like the idea of like pilling chameleons and stuff, but I also understand the power of a Highland cow. Are you gonna live? You are gonna live. Okay, we surely win this. Once I got past that first stake and got a 2-for-1 at the front, it's pretty good place to be. Alright, I guess with that in mind, it looks like we are going Highland cow, so I don't need this frozen. And now we can just start putting stuff on things. Yeah, steak here makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Could freeze this steak for giving it to the Mosasaurus and whatnot too. Oh, I guess the steak doesn't make sense because we get triple garlic. Alright, that's my bad. A big scorpion in the front. That is bad. Dog, save me? Okay. Okay. Switch the order here so that we get the steak. Buff this. Stake this. And then buy this freeze. If we had enough for the instant level 3, I would have probably done it, but that is not what happened. I am realizing the worm is not actually getting bigger. So maybe worth freezing that. Probably should have done that when I realized I wasn't going to buff it with the Mosasaurus anymore. I mean, still a big looking team. We have a somewhat comparable dog size, but we do have the garlic, which probably makes up for quite a bit, and we got the steak and then a dog that's big enough to trade. My goodness. Okay. Live it on the edge, but this is gonna be huge. Kinda doesn't make sense to give you a croissant, if I'm gonna be honest. Probably, so this is still worth 2 gold, huh? It simply makes more sense to buff the cow. Maybe next turn if there's a draw or something. Unlikely, but you never know. Unlikely, but you never know. Skunk is obviously big game. The skunk hit the worm, though, instead of the lemur, because of my order. So that's gonna be a win. This is big stuff. Okay, and buff this, because that getting buffed is more important than the squirrel. Arguably now the cow should be up here because it has slightly more attack, but it's by 2. I guess it has more health, so in that sense you could argue, but this is not breaking this turn. So you could say maybe this should be in the back as well. This is an interesting situation there as far as what to do with that. Level 3 Mosasaurus if we draw. We'll see. We'll see. No skunk. So I feel kind of good about that. And we have a 40-40 dog. I just don't see how we can lose when we have an extra near 50-50 unit. Maybe like a double skunk and then something or other. Okay, level this. Level 3 Mosasaurus. Buff the cow. Now it's kind of getting to that point where maybe the cow should just be up here despite the steak. If we see a steak, put it on the squirrel, I think. Sure. Why not? You deserve it, buddy. You deserve it. The worm is just kind of chilling. They've been putting in some good work over time, just spawning in like a nice costed apple. Okay, same size kind of dog action a little bit here, but I do have garlic. Uh-oh. Oh, that was scary. If we had a stake on this squirrel, we would have won that one, I think. Oh, man. That is scary. It's simply not worth chocolating. We need to find that stake. This isn't breaking, so then I guess you go back to this order now. Yeah. Okay. I'm just scared. Such a, you know what? Take that instead of a steak. It's basically the same thing, but way better at this point. This is the same in that regard, but not enough, you're gonna get garlicked anyway. Okay. Level 3. I mean, we don't have much else to do. Would I rather have the steak on the cow, or... No, we'd probably still rather have the cow get the garlic, the extra health a little bit, I guess. I mean, we're approaching, like, all 50-50 type territory for our team, which is looking, on average, better than our opponents. I mean, actually, excuse me, an extra 50-50 with the dog, and look at that. Mosasaurus achievement, lemur achievement. Not quite enough time for the squirrel to get level 3, but that's also because the squirrel showed up really late, and the Highland cow level 3? Yeah, I mean, that's just gotta be it. Can't really draw it up too much better than that, I think. I think that is all I was... Oh, devil number? I think that one is all I was looking to, I mean, that was the dream. I wanted the toy 10 win, and I got it, so... You know. Wipe the hands with this one, huh?